be here, Boulder. It's good to be here. It's so nice, so different from Boston, you know? It's been a whole day and no one's told me to go fuck myself. I'm a little homesick. Yeah, I live in Boston now, but originally I was born in China, guys, right? And then when I was 8, I ended up moving to Australia because, you know, my parents wanted to experience racism. I was nervous about moving to Australia because, you know, I didn't speak any English. But then I got there and I was like, oh, neither do they. They ended up putting me in this ESL class, right? That's like English as a second language. That's where to help you learn English faster, they put you in a class where no one speaks English. Which is a lot like if you were to teach swimming by letting all the kids that didn't know how to swim drown in the same pool. I ended up coming here for high school, and I learned that most of American high school was just making sure that other people didn't think you were gay. That was most of it. Didn't learn much math, you know? I didn't understand any of the rules, right? I remember I went to the bathroom for the first time, and we had 5 urinals, right? I went into urinal number 2. This guy came up to me. He was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm peeing. He was like, no, you can't do that. You can only use 1, 3, and 5. If you use 2 or 4, it's gay. I'm like, but those are the only clean ones. But also, there's people in 1, 3, and 5. And he was like, if there's people in 1, 3, and 5, you wait until one of them leaves, and then you can go. I was like, okay, so you're telling me it's less gay for me to wait and watch 3 dudes pee than to just pee with them? What's gayer? 4 dudes peeing at the same time or 1 dude watching 3 dudes pee? I don't understand these rules. It didn't make any sense to me, right? But I tried, right? Like the next day, I went to the bathroom again, right? I'm in urinal 1. Same guy came up to me. He was like, what are you doing? You can't do that. I was like, but I'm in urinal 1. And he was like, yeah, but you're taking a shit. I'm like, yeah, but it's in urinal 1. And I made that guy wait and watch. So okay. You guys are fun. Any Asians in the house? Hell yeah, all right. My people follow me. That's awesome. A lot of Asian moms, they don't understand boundaries, right? Like growing up, my mom, she would read my diary, and I know this because she would leave notes. Like critiques and criticisms. No. Like I would write down my hopes and dreams, and then she would correct it to what's acceptable. I remember in high school, someone really likes that one, okay. I remember in high school I wrote something like, I feel like I could have made the basketball team if I was taller, right? And she scratched out taller and wrote better. Thanks, Mom. Eventually, to throw her off, right, I created a decoy diary. I had 2 diaries. One filled with the truth and one filled with propaganda. Like in my actual diary, I write things like, oh shit, I think Mom found my porn stash. And then in the other one, I write, oh shit, I can't believe Dad has a porn stash. Japanese bukkake. This is disgusting. I am shocked. We have the same taste. Alright, Boulder knows what bukkake is. Oh man. I took a trip to France recently, right? And surprisingly, they weren't as pretentious as I thought they'd be. I had no problem with the French, but I did have a problem with the Chinese French. Very pretentious. Like I was in Paris, I was in a Chinese restaurant, right? A bunch of Chinese people here talking. I sat down, I ordered food in English, and then a couple of them looked over, made a face, and then immediately switched to talking in French. I was like, you motherfuckers think you immigrated to a better country than I did? Pretentious fucks. You and I, we eat the same rice, motherfucker. Don't forget what you came from, Like they went from going like, oh, to That's my French impression. And it pissed me off because they were like old Chinese people, so I know for a fact French is not their first language. So they switched their language where it was harder for them to communicate it just to tell me, fuck you. Which made me realize that they had just like fully assimilated to their country. Right? Because they were pretentious as fuck. And I had fully assimilated to mine because in that moment I hated Chinese people. I recently became a U.S. citizen. Yeah, the reason I became a U.S. citizen. But my girlfriend, she's still foreign, right? So I told her, I was like, you need to stop hitting me. Because it is no longer domestic abuse, it is terrorism. Right now. My girlfriend, she's Tibetan, right? She's from Tibet. She's like a rare Pokemon. Because my government copyrighted it. She's great. She's been teaching me about love languages recently, right? This is a love languages crowd. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. I learned that her and I have different love languages, right? Like hers is words of affirmation and acts of service. And mine is physical touch and blowjobs. And gifts. If those gifts are blowjobs. And words. If those words are hers is words of affirmation, right? So every time I say I love you, she'll be like, tell me why. I'm like, baby, it's because you're so loving, you're so caring, you're so supportive, right? But then the next time she'll be like, tell me why, but in different words. So now I'm just out here reading all these thesaurus, brushing up on my synonyms. I'm just like, oh baby, you're so munificent, benevolent, genocide resistant. Alright, somebody got that one.